the sweatiness over what is considered a minor glitch is fucking ridiculous. Need to get the good phone case at some point, and by that I mean the ARC phone.
I need to look up where that town is. I kept forgetting to...
Though, because it's just a phone case and not the actual ARC phone, it's just white and doesn't have, like, gold rings. It's still...
It kind of has rings on it.
It's still mostly just your Rotom phone, because they started using a Rotom for, like, a lot of things, which I like, because it's like, this thing, it's literally part of, like, the lore that it lives in technology. Why haven't people capitalized on this more? We all know our society would exploit the fuck out of something if we found there was a animal that could live in your smartphone.
I like the Rotom integration stuff because it fits the lore.
Well, I do like it because it makes sense. At the same time, this now leads to the dumbest sweaty question of, okay, so if there are Rotoms in these appliances, can I throw a Pokeball at my phone and catch it now?
Not how this works.
Or if I got the Rotom out of the phone, could I catch the Rotom?
Not how this works.
But it would be a Rotom at that point. What do you mean it's not how this works? You could catch the wild mowers in Sword and Shield. Actually, I think out of all the Rotom forms, the absolute most ridiculous one to be wild would be the washing machine.
Damn it. I hate when I can't straight face into snarky retorts. You live in the South. You see, it's funny because there's that thing about like old washing machines.
There literally were people in this town that did crap like that.
Since we have a minute to talk, and this is a good rambly thing, it isn't related to Pokemon specifically, but just on my mind because it's been a discussion because of just watching some other videos and stuff. People talking about, and it's funny to just in general see, and this tied back into Pokemon, where people talking about open world games and this idea of having a, like, elaborate mini-map, like, having a big elaborate mini-map that actually shows a bunch of key things being... What are you doing?
Do you have to actually do the classes or not?
You have to go to the, no, not the up the stairs, Garzan.
That was the thing, I couldn't remember the order of things.
No, you can... No, okay. I will say this. You never have to do any classes. If you want to ignore the class...
I'm probably going to ignore them for the time being and then come back later.
You can... Damn it. Nothing stops you from doing that. I just did it because I wanted to...
Or, like I said, I could be like any self-respecting college student and ignore classes entirely.
Okay, this game, you literally never have to do the classes. It is completely up...
Just like college!
Going back to the... People complaining that open world games with a really good mini-map, that it breaks immersion, and like... And I don't want to come off like an asshole, but immersion arguments have always...
I fucking hate immersion. Immersion is the snake oil of the video game industry. Immersion basically tricks stupid people. Because, like, I will just, be... I have never felt like immersion was any game. And I hate whenever people go on about immersion.
Hello, you glorious hot piece of man.
Though I only just think of Elon Musk now because people said he kind of looks like Elon Musk. So, well, wasn't that the joke? People said he looks like kind of looks like a crypto bro.
A little bit.
So yeah, that just takes the piss right out of it. Anyway, back to like...
And I could see Elon Musk. Fuck, I can't straight. And I could see Elon Musk running around in a digital onesie.
Because, like, and I'm not going to get into it, but didn't he actually, like, for a minute there, try to do some, like, NFT shit? Like, NFT
Elon
crypto?
Musk... Now is not the time to talk about all the stupid nonsense he's caught up in.
It's just like Twitter. When I say that, I want you to put an image of a dumpster or fire on screen. That's in this conversation. Well, and anyway, back to the like my main point was the whole immersion thing. I've hated every time people talk about immersion because I feel immersion doesn't fucking matter. Like, it really does not matter. That's like Wiz, Pokémon. I have never understood the fucking hype about Pokémon following you around. I don't understand why this is like such a big deal to someone. Yeah, like in Sword and Shield, it was kind of cool for certain things to have special animations. Like, don't all three members of like the Alakazam family, they don't walk, they just float everywhere.
Okay, Sword and Shield following, while kind of broken, really does have some really fun lore things often attached where a lot of psychic types will float after you.
Yeah.
And then a lot of water types will actually swim and animate in the water properly.
Well, like Wooper was, you know, actually swimming in like the water on this game. It's like, if the Polygon can't swim,
one of my favorite following animations in Sword and Shield will always be Keldeo, because that actually was really cool.
Isn't it like running with water under its feet?
No, it runs. It just runs across the ground. If you go in the water, it starts running on the surface.
Yeah.
It doesn't... It's one of the few land creatures... And some people actually cynically thought that was a glitch. It's based... Keldeo is based on Kelpies.
Yeah.
So it runs on the surface of water. That's not a glitch. That is intentional. And it's... I'm sorry. Like, that is cool. I'm not saying that following needs to happen, but if you're gonna do following, go all out, please.
My point basically was, like, well, you know, some of the following in, like, Sword and Shield is kind of cool. Like, so it's like, oh, it's kind of like the Keldeo thing. It's like, that's kind of neat. It runs on water because it's a Kelpie, but it's like...
There's some cool lore with that!
But it's like, at the same time, I feel the novelty kind of wears, like, extremely thin, extremely quickly, was that.
And in some cases, yes, but at the same time, I do like the little nuances with following to see Pokemon being a bit more realistic and natural.
Like how Stack Attacker actually, like, you think it would walk. No, it doesn't walk. It floats.
Yes.
It tugs its, like, body and it floats.
Hovers, because it's a little individual. Stack Attack is made up of little,
those
little tile pieces.
Yeah.
With the eyes on them. It's a bunch of tiny pieces collectively as one Pokemon. Air quotes. So, no, there's some cool nuance to it. But the whole thing with immersion is, and people get really caught up in immersion, I don't want to sound like an asshole, because you're experiencing something that, you know, good for you, but it's something I've never fully experienced. It's this ability to sort of completely disconnect and become so sort of caught up in a video game or something that you feel one-to-one with the characters in the world, and for these people, the sort of breaks in reality. Oh, magical minimap, that ruins my immersion, because it's not me exploring, it's me playing a game. Even though I've always said that, like, immersion, to me, Carson anyway, is kind of pointless, because I can feel immersed in a game, but still treat my immersion as sort of a surface level I know it's a video game, but my brain doesn't get butthurt about that. And I can get immersed in the world and the story and the characters without needing to feel like I am the trainer.
And I feel another reason I hate the, stupid immersion thing, besides a lot of times I feel the shit is kind of pointless, the other reason I hate it is I can't help but feel like people want immersion because they want games to be treated as a realistic art form, so they want games to be more like films, and we can't have the immersion breaking minimap or the immersion breaking life bar because that shows it's still a children's toy.
It's just this weird disconnect of people wanting games to be treated as art, so any sort of world break is this idea of, like, it does sort of become, oh, this isn't art, it is a game.
Like I said, it's a children's toy. And because it's a children's toy, it can't be taken seriously.
And it becomes, for a lot of people, and, like, you might want to, seek some, like, psychologist help, but maybe on some level, even if you don't admit to it, and I'm not a psychologist, but I've seen this sort of phenomenon, that on some level, you naturally, it's this weird sort of guilt where you cannot acknowledge that you are enjoying a video game, especially if it's like this Pokemon that's rated E. So
we call that insecurity.
Yeah. No, that you're like insecure. No, it's like, this isn't a thing for kids. No, the video games are high art. I'm not done wasting. Even though, first of all, regardless of how gamey a video game is, the video games for kids argument has always been stupid to me anyway, because video games are rated. So, let's just, this is the first game that came to mind because it fits a perfect argument here. You have that kind of mentality. If video games are not art, video games are for kids. But let's take a game like No More Heroes. That is a rated M game intended for adults, but that is just a video game-ass video game that is not trying to be serious or thought-provoking.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of stupid shit for the sake of stupid shit.
What was that I supposed to do?
You walk forward and get yelled at, and then you're free to do what you want.
Okay.
What?
Because of us doing the Scarlet, I couldn't remember what came first.
They need to explain what the treasure hunt is.
And then I can go get the squad.
Yes. No, because this game's justification is that this school has this unique idea of, instead of doing full classes and everything, that the concept of the treasure hunt is you need to find your treasure. And while some people think this is stupid and we're talking about dumb thought-provoking things, this is thought-provoking in a different way. As cheesy as this is a really important thing. The treasure hunt is find your treasure. There is no tangible treasure. It's find what makes you happy. So you can literally say the treasure was the friends we made along the way, and you're not wrong. There is, like, the whole point of this lesson is that the school deemed just teaching people and stuff, like, kind of pointless in the sense of, like...
I see we're at one of those hippie liberal schools, then.
I mean, basically, though, like... Without sort of, joking, it's... Literally, the driving force is, like, go out in the world and sort of pursue what you want to do. Find what makes you happy and try growing as a person. You're not going to be tied down to traditional classes and stuff. Your goal is to go out in the world and basically, learn to experience the world instead of just... it's this idea, instead of just...
Well, this obviously shows it is a foreign school. They're encouraging their students.
Man, the fucking stuff. I mean, you're right, though.
Mm.
And I like that concept, because it is a, you know, it's thought-provoking, but not in, like, a pretentious way.
No.
The best way to experience the world is to live in it. Instead of reading about an area in a book, see this area in this book? You can go there. Go there. The best way to experience culture and to better yourself is to literally be tossed out in the cold. And then they use that to explain the 3 stories where you can attempt to challenge the Pokemon League, but then he wants Urva Mystica, and the mysterious person on the phone wants you to go rough up some boys.
The mysterious person we totally haven't encountered before. Yep, it's totally a mystery as to who it is.
When we get
you
to
see, like I said, you see, the reason I am beating this joke into the ground is when it is proven to not be her, it will be hilarious.
The answer for that is far more stupid, but, like, going back to, I don't want to come off like an ass, but I've never, like...
I kind of do, because I think, like I said, immersion is stupid.
You mean, true immersion. Because me and you both take immersion in the other way of getting immersed, as in enjoying the world and the characters and shit, but not, like, absorbing and wanting to assimilate into this reality. To me, it's just, oh, that's a video game I've been enjoying. Because to say you don't get immersion is kind of can come off to certain people that you don't enjoy the games you play. But, so yeah, now you can, there it goes. And they roll. That one's got wheels.
Rolling, rolling, rolling. Keep on rolling, rolling, rolling. Okay, where the fuck is that gate that...
Okay, so don't make the mistake I did.
It's the gate over here is, I think, the first one I want.
No. Okay, well, yes and no. What do you want?
Because of you passing the one tower when trying to find shit, I want to Gimme Ghoul first, because it seemed to be around a tower that was outside of one of these gates, so I think it would be the one I want.
Well, I'm glad you came over here anyway, so that you could show some alternate dialogue, because the game's kind of funny, where, I went the Arven path, and Arven calls me, he's like, hey, buddy, you're going out the one gate, there's a Titan, come help me, friend. Go out this gate. Oh, cool, go battle the gyms. Oh, and by the way, I was right, Bug is the lowest. Bug Gym is first. Grass is technically considered third.
Oh, interesting.
But it's 1 or 2 level differences. It's barely... Yeah, there's the tower. Okay. Whee!
Oh, game.
Hop it. Yangos. Looking for stuff. I also don't know if this was just someone making a shitpost or if they're true. Someone said if you hold the B button, you can climb ladders faster. What?
I could see that being a thing. Damn it. Wrong button. Though I apparently found a super potion. How do you get
It's
them
the
to...
other trigger under it. There you go.
Yep.
Oh! Sweet!
What a thrill with darkness and silence through the night. What a hell.
Okay, I'm glad I read that.
Oh, damn it. I did not want to slide.
Woo-hoo!
I can't remember the rest of the song, so I can't...
Except you're using that cyber elf, so you're gonna lose points. It's a treasure chest. I'ma catch it!
I can't do, dick.
Full help Pokemon Go!
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs.
You have other Pokemon. Okay, now, Chaz, I need you to gently tap it. Lands the crit, where your crit does crit damage.
Because of that type of shit, I'm actually going to use... funny.
I was kidding!
Okay, if it crits again, I'm blaming this on you.
Firmly grasp it!
Oh. Oh, good. He kind of thick.
Those Chaz have kind of stupid stats.
Kind of thick for this point in the game.
Okay, that should be enough help.
Oh, you motherfucker.
Gimme gold.
Gotta get it to red help, then.
Red would be better.
It's tackle and a ghost move. A pig is normal. It will be completely immune to that shit, so...
Where's my normal ghost stat, Game Freak?
They already made that. Haha! And there's the accuracy drop. Of course you're going to be a pain in the dick hole to catch. Of fucking course you are!
RNGB. RNGB that way.
I literally might need that event Pikachu literally just to have something that's a Thunder Wave, bitch.
Such is life.
What the fuck is this catch rate?
So I'm going to try to figure out. Hold on.
Because I don't have any other types of Pokeballs either.
I'm trying to find it, Garden.
Because it keeps only shaking twice and then getting out. Holy shit. Just the tail whip, disarming voice, echoed. Yeah, no status.
Oh, I'm trying to find
No
him.
statuses at all.
I will find him eventually, and I'm
If
scrolling.
I get... Motherfucker,
I still want to check.
You better be a fucking good nature after that shit. Because if you're not a good nature, because I saved before that, I am probably not going to nickname it.
Catch,
50 coins, good.
catch rate. Catch rate is... Oh. Ah! Attack up, special attack down, that's adamant. It's time for the question of the day and my overall thoughts on the topic. So anyway, I thought I would come out swinging, but what side of the immersion argument are you on? Lately, a lot more people seem to be super caught up in being completely immersed in a video game world to the point of basically wanting to be completely assimilated into that game world versus being immersed in the game world while also treating the game world as a game world. I can get super immersed in Pokemon or most other video games I enjoy, but my immersion never needs to be a deep level of assimilation. I am perfectly content with the fact that a video game is a video game, it does not bother me to see those gamey elements that so many other people hate video games for, because I can get immersed without completely having a need to become assimilated into the game. And it really is a bit ridiculous to me that so many people need the true assimilation and can't appreciate the more gamey elements of a video game. And I feel like that is because, like Carson was saying, people want video games to be taken seriously, so any weird fourth wall shattering game element is viewed as bad because, oh, that makes this video game a children's toy. It doesn't make this video game high art, and people get super self-conscious about enjoying a video game with video gamey elements because you feel like that proves that video games are not high art. But I think nothing is wrong with a video game-ass video game, and nothing is wrong with those fourth wall breaking HUD elements that add a level of convenience and nuance for the player. I will never understand why someone wants such a deep level of immersion that they end up basically in a scenario where they want to be 100% assimilated into the video game. I just don't get the appeal for that, and I find immersion arguments to be somewhat ridiculous, because it's one thing to have your own opinions on immersion and whether or not you enjoy a game because of said immersion, but it's a whole other thing to then consider that game to be fundamentally bad simply because you can't get arbitrarily immersed in the game, when most casual players never really think about a deep level of immersion. But now that seems to be this hot button topic where, oh, video games need true immersion and need to basically remove all the HUD elements and everything, when I find that ridiculous. But I really don't want to come off like a massive asshole, and I really need to stop this question of the day because it has turned into a long-winded rant. Anyway, you can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments, or you can leave them on social media. All of my social media links, as well as my Discord links, are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a shill for a minute. If you subscribe to the channel, and if you follow me on social media, that really helps our communities grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you all next time. So as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later.